Hi there, this is Don Betro. I'll be your instructor for public administration. Courses 514 and 590, Management of Private Nonprofit Organizations. I just wanted to do this intro to get you oriented to the course and go over the syllabus. I look forward to a successful experience with you. I think I have a pretty interesting course outlined, but I guess you'll be the judge of that and let me know. So starting with page 1 on the syllabus, if you want to pause the video and grab the syllabus, please do so. You have my email address. I prefer the dfbetro@gmail.com because the university email gets kind of cluttered. You have my phone number in case there's an emergency or you absolutely have to get in touch with me, 951-660-5946. I will have open office hours Thursday from 5 to 6, so you could just call in without any notice. If you need a special time or want to set up a meeting with me, feel free to email me or drop me a note of some kind. You've got the course grading on the first page, which is pretty simple and pretty consistent. You've got the general policies that I'm sure you've seen before on page 2. The required text is Nonprofit Management Principles and Practices by Worth, the 4th edition. I really like this book. Would have been the book that I would have written had I had the time. And I think you'll enjoy it. It does a really good job of capturing the sector. If you've read my bio, you probably have seen I've had a lot of experience directing nonprofit organizations and teaching various topics related to that. So I hope to add my expertise to this text, which I think you'll really enjoy. The course learning objectives are pretty straightforward on page 3. We're going to look at the major elements of management theories and their application in nonprofit environments. We're going to identify skills involved in successful management of nonprofits. We're going to discuss the importance of ethics and diversity in the practice of management of nonprofits, and we're going to identify unique management and leadership challenges that are always present. Page 4 goes through the way your grade is going to be made up. You're going to be having to do 40 responses over the course of, the 40 responses will come a little later. But first, the assignments. You have 4 of them, and assignments 1 to 3, and I'll go over those in a moment, were 25 points, assignment 4, 15 points, midterm exam and a final exam. You've got the dates for them. Class discussion, these are the 40 responses. Each week, 4 responses you're going to be making, and I'll go over those prompted questions for those responses in a moment. You're going to have weekly outcome discussions, 20 of them. This is the groups you're going to be placed in. You're going to be placed in groups, and you'll be talking within a group of 5 or 6 to keep the communications manageable. Assignment 1 is researching the evolution of the sector. Assignment 2 is analyzing your management style and capacities. Assignment 3 is describing a nonprofit issue you've been involved in. By that time in May, you will have been exposed to a lot of different issues. And assignment 4 is the group project, which has its own attachment. I'll need a weekly worksheet, which you'll also see on Blackboard, submitted by the group recorder, and a final PowerPoint and video presentation by the group. Page 5 starts with the weekly topics and readings. You'll see that I attach additional readings to the chapters that you're being assigned, which I think will help, and I may even attach more as we get into it and I see what your questions or concerns are as you discuss it online. And you have all the pertinent dates covering the 10 weeks that we'll be working together on this through page 7. Page 8 are the questions I've mentioned. These are the prompt you in your 4 responses each week. Your responses should be of substance. They should be reflecting your reading, your referencing, even as you speak, that you're not just talking off the top of your head, but you've really made some effort to think about the topic and how responding to your fellow group members. Page 9 is the group worksheet that I mentioned. You will, in this group, also be working on a group project, actually developing a nonprofit organization. And so this is kind of a guide so that each week, if you work on this and record this information, and this is where another 20 responses online will come in, and you will be by the end of the 10 weeks, pretty much have most of your work done for your presentation. That goes through page 10. And then on page 11 is once again the text and the other readings. Most of these I will be posting online, but if not, they're easily found on the internet. And I think it will help you really move along in this experience. Page 12 is the student questionnaire, which I'd like you to turn in this week, the first week, so that I get an idea of who you are and can also gear some of my responses and what I line up for you to read and reference in light of your experiences and what your interests are. So this first week, you're going to be reading chapters 1 and 2. These are 2 really good chapters. For those of you that maybe have not worked in the nonprofit sector, it will give you a really good idea of what the sector is about and historically how it's come about. And you'll see the topics that will flow from this. But I think this will be a good way to get you started. I hope that the setup on Blackboard works. I've had a little bit of adventure trying to get it in line with what we need, but if there are any kinks, we'll iron them out. And once again, if you have any questions, concerns, just get in touch with me, and we will go from there. I'll look forward to your responses. Note that they are due by Friday evenings at 12 midnight at the latest, so that I can work on them on the weekend and respond to you and hopefully guide you, and even in your group projects, get you focused on where you need to be and where you need to be going. So I hope this little intro helps. I'm going to try to do this every week. And in the future, I'll be talking about some of the highlights from the chapters, which you will see on my handouts, but I will also try to re-emphasize in my little, hopefully 10-minute video presentations to you. Thank you, and good luck in the course.